Hello, welcome to Cinemondo. It's the girls. And you know why? Because we're watching The Great Indian Kitchen. We're talking about it. And it seems like a very female-centric point of view. That's what this movie needs.
It was a very interesting film to watch. It was short. One of the shortest ones.
Oh, it was. You're right. It was short. It was like an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah.
It's like pretty short.
Normal movie length.
Packed a lot in there, though. So the reason we're doing this right now is that the remake for this movie just came out, or is about to come out any second. And so it's also called The Great Indian Kitchen. It's a new director, new cast. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna compare the original 2021 is Malayalam, and so the new one is a Tamil. So they're both great genre. So I'm very interested in seeing, So I'm very interested in seeing how these movies compare because, it was a pretty profound film. So we're going to talk about the film, the trailers, the posters. We're going to do it all over Great Indian Kitchen extravaganza buffet, shall we call it?
Oh, I like the buffet. Take it.
We all like buffets. I mean, they're good. So
they are good. They're delicious.
They're delicious. Okay, so the first one we're going to start from the beginning. So we're going to start from the original Great India Kitchen, and then we'll talk about that. Then we'll go to the second one. I'm over explaining it. It's not that hard. And so we will watch that now, and we will compare. Okay, here we go.
ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ കുടുംബത്തെ പറ്റിയാണ് പറയുന്നത്. Family is a universal group. Family based on marriage. ഒരു പരിചയമില്ലാത്ത നമ്മൾ തമ്മിൽ എന്താ സംസാരിക്കേണ്ടതെന്ന് അറിഞ്ഞൂടാത്ത.
എന്താ മാഷേ നവവധു തിന്നാൻ തന്നില്ലേ?
ഓളിങ്ങോട്ട് വന്നിട്ടില്ലല്ലോ മാഷേ. നമ്മളൊരു സാവകാശമൊക്കെ കൊടുക്കണ്ടേ? കൊള്ളാലോ.
ഗംഭീരായിട്ടുണ്ട്. വീട്ടിലൊരു പെണ്ണുള്ളത് വീടിനൊരു ഐശ്വര്യ.
ചായ എടുത്തു, പക്ഷെ പാലൊഴിക്കേണ്ട കട്ട ചായ മതി.
അമ്മിയിൽ അടിച്ചുമ്പോൾ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുണ്ട.
ചപ്പാത്തി അല്ല ബെസ്റ്റ്. ചൂട് ദോശയില്ലേ?
ഇവിടുത്തെ അമ്മ എന്നെ വരെ പഠിച്ചതാണ്. മോളെ അമ്മേനോട് ചോദിക്ക്, അമ്മ ഇതെന്നെ പറയും. സാരല്ലേ കേട്ടോ.
അല്ലെങ്കിലും പണ്ടേ എനിക്ക് ഹോട്ടലിൽ നിന്ന് തിന്നുന്നത് ഇത്ര പറ്റൂല.
ഏട്ടാ, ഞാനൊരു കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഫീൽ ആവോ?
അങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞാൽ ദേഷ്യം വരില്ലേ?
ഇത് തറവാട്ട് പറഞ്ഞ പെണ്ണുങ്ങൾക്ക് പറ്റിയ പണിയാണോ ഓള് ചെയ്തത്?
അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അന്നോടെല്ലാം പറഞ്ഞിട്ടല്ലേ അന്നെ അങ്ങോട്ട് കൂട്ടിക്കൊണ്ടുവന്നു?
എന്നോട് ആരും ഒന്നും പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല.
ഇത് അറിഞ്ഞോണ്ടാ?
അമ്മ എന്താ ചേച്ചി പൊളിയാണല്ലോ. പൊളിയാവണ്ടൊന്നും ജീവിക്കാൻ പറ്റൂല മോളെ.
Goodbye. Very cute. You just hear her washing dishes back there. And so I'm going to play the second trailer, and then we'll do an all-over review of it. So here, let me find the second trailer. So this is the 2022 trailer directed by R. Cannon. All right, so here we go.
வீரம், வெக்கம், சிரிப்பு, பயம், ஆச்சரியம், அருவருப்பு, கோபம், கருணை, அமைதி, இந்த நவரசமும் கலந்ததுதான் வாழ்க்கை.
உங்களுக்கு சமைக்க பிடிக்குமா? So what are the characteristics of a family? அதாவது திருமணத்தால கட்டமைக்கப்படுற ஒரு குடும்பம். இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு குடும்பத்துல பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு குடும்ப தலைவர், அதாவது அப்பா அம்மா தான் வீட்டை பாத்துக்கணும். அதான் அழகு.
ஏன் சார் ரெண்டு பேருமே குடும்ப தலைவரா இருக்க கூடாதா?
நம்ம குடும்பத்துக்கு அதெல்லாம் ஒத்து வராதுமா.
சாரிங்க, நாளைல இருந்து நானே சமைச்சு கொடுத்துறேன்.
அவருக்கு காரம் பிடிக்கும், இவனுக்கு காரம் பிடிக்காது.
அத்தை உங்களுக்கு
அந்த பொட்டுக்கடலை எடுமா.
சாதம் மட்டும் இனிமே விறகடுப்புல வையுமா.
சுத்தரில் சர்க்கரையும் டீ தூள் மட்டும் பிளாக் டீயா?
வாஷிங் மிஷின்ல துணியை போடணும்.
இதுல உட்காரக்கூடாது தெரியாதா? தீட்டுமா.
சாமி சரணம்.
ஐயோ எனக்கு ஏந்திரிங்க.
ஏய் அறிவில்ல, இந்த மாதிரி டைம்ல சாமியை தொடக்கூடாதுன்னு தெரியாது. லைட் ஆஃப் பண்ணலாமா? A mother can administer the house, but a father must administer the whole family. அதான் நம்ம ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்.
நீங்கெல்லாம் ஹோம் மினிஸ்டர்ஸ்மா. ஹோம் அட்மினிஸ்ட்ரேஷன்றது எவ்வளவு பெரிய பிரவி பாக்கிங்.
Okay, the bars in the window. That's pretty great.
Yeah, I like that.
Right. All right, so you can tell the budget in the trailer.
Much
just
bigger.
Really glossy. I mean,
Yeah.
I almost felt like I was watching a documentary in the first one.
Right? Yeah, I totally agree. It had that very almost cut and dry.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
Nothing fancy. Like
No.
they did have I love how they had the beautiful, first it lulls you in, like it has these beautiful overhead shots of women cooking this Indian food, which made me so hungry and looked so great. And I loved seeing how they made it. And it was just sort of second nature. They're just grabbing from here and grabbing from there and put the stuff in. Like it was, they didn't need a recipe. They'd done this a million times, right? Beautiful overhead, beautiful lit, just looked like a cooking show almost. Like start off that way. And you're like, this is kind of cool, because I thought the Great Indian Kitchen, we're going to hear, about gourmet food. And
yep, I 100% thought the same thing.
It took a turn. So then you find out that, when she marries this man, which you see and everybody's all in love and they have the beautiful wedding, it's almost like combined with the second trailer, we fill in all the blanks from the first trailer. That was probably too short. So we have the wedding, and then she's cooking for them, and then she's cooking for them, and then she's cooking more for them, and she's cooking more. And it just sort of, you could tell she was getting less and less happy as the time went. Because they mentioned she's a post-grad, so she has a degree, and she's an educated woman, and she fell in love, and she thought,
you're going to do this instead.
yeah, you can. And I love how they got real picky too. They didn't even just let her cook what she wanted. They were like, rice has to be cooked on the fire and on the wood, and you have to make this kind of bread, and you have to. But I love seeing food being cooked.
They're very particular, and I cannot. I can't believe my grandmother used to cook for 9 children, and then so 10 people total, 12, 11 people total. It's insane.
And they probably all like different spicy, like the people in the movie.
Never ending.
God. They're saints, these women. I don't know how they do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. There's a scene in the film, so we can talk about the film because we watched both the trailers. I love the scene in the movie where the friends come over and the men go, "Hey, we have a great idea. Hey, we'll cook for you guys. You women, sit down, relax. We're gonna cook." And they're all like, "This is such a luxury," and she just has such a good time. Until she went in the kitchen, and it was a fucking disaster. They didn't even clean up in any way, shape, or form.
Because they were like, "Oh, but now that's what you get to do."
Yeah, that's women's work. We did the fun stuff. We get to cook, and you get to do the rest. And it was just like this total diss to her, like no consideration for her at all in this movie. And it was. They also had the great moment of kind of this passive aggressive where she was trying to tell him what, something that bothered her about him, and he got really offended, and he's trying to make her apologize to him because she was telling him the truth. And he didn't like it. And he's like, what am I supposed to do when you say something like that to me? And you need to apologize. She's like, you don't need to apologize. I don't know.
Do I? Because
and then she kind of went, sorry. Like, this is really not sorry.
Yeah. Like, okay, sorry. It's fine.
It was so hard to watch. So you see her, and I loved seeing the culture. I loved seeing the kitchens and how the women, how they went about their day and what they did. And then as you see the grind, as you see her getting ground down, and she finally has the only escape. I know, I'm going to tell him I'm going to take a job.
Yep.
Didn't go over well.
Nope.
And that's when she knew, okay, we're out here. And you could see the decline, and then you see her strength, and you see her just escaping. It's all in the trailer,
Yeah.
But that was a great cathartic moment. She finally was just like, fuck it, I'm out of here. Bye.
Like, I don't even care. Like, I'm leaving.
I think she just locked them in that room and said, out of here.
And that was the best part, because it was one of those moments where it was like, oh my God, she literally like. That's how your hands get cut off. I don't know. Like,
I know. I was kind of worried, and then because you think she didn't even take anything with her. Like she took this little bag. Like she just had to leave. And also that great moment, she gets out. She's like walking down the street all strong, and she goes back to her family's house, and she's sitting there with the three women, her sister and her mother, and they're all like, oh, you have to go back. And the sister's like, no, she doesn't. And then the son comes walking, and he goes, I want some water, or whatever he wants. And she tells us, the mother turns to the other sister and goes, could you get him some water? And then the daughter just escaped, kind of slams her hands on the table. Get your own damn water.
Right? Like we literally just left this thing. This is what we're talking about. We are
and you
creating.
think they're more like kind of evolved past that, like it's not just women's work, but they weren't. They had the same patriarchal, weaknesses that they were trained to just automatically respond a certain way.
That was kind of like the pinnacle moment where it was like, oh, okay, we agree with you. That's great. You left. Yep. It's fine. Oh, by the way, I'm raising another one.
Yeah, we're going to raise another man who thinks a woman's there to wait on him hand and foot.
Like, sorry. Forgot.
So, it was so painful.
But
I love that. I love that she had kind of her moment at the end, and that dance was incredible. And you saw her like, this is what women are for. We have something to offer besides washing clothes and cooking food for men.
Right.
Like she had creativity, and she had ambition, and all those things that only men are allowed to have in her society at that time. And the new one looks almost shot for shot. The exact same.
No, it really does. Just like much flashier.
Yeah, just a little. I like the kitchen, the dark green walls. Like I love the color that they used in the second one. A beautiful like palette. Just everything was warm and gorgeous. And I'm sure it starts off like the other one where it's so warm and welcoming and wonderful, and then it starts the walls start closing in. It just all of a sudden gets very dark and depressing. You're just like, I gotta get out. I love the prison bars on the windows. That was amazing.
Oh, so that was fantastic.
Cool stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was just for the trailer or if that's in the movie, kind of a dream sequencey thing she had.
Well, but also
cool.
like, depending on where they are, like some of the homes, like because it's so hot, there's no window. Like there's not a sill, and to that kind of those are the windows and like the doors and how your house is built, so to speak. Just kind of depends.
Just bars on the window to for security, and that's interesting.
But also like that's the window. Like there's no window that you're
right. It's just open all the time. You just have these bars on.
Yeah,
it's almost like the freedom is there, and it's not.
Yes.
You can't get through.
You're so close, but
oh my god, so close. We have a couple posters. So this is the poster, the official one that was on IMDb, and it's sort of it makes you look like, oh, this will be a fun comedy. This will be fun. And I really honestly thought this was going to be about like lifestyle in India, and it'll be the health relationships and blah blah blah. It was sad.
No, it was
but it was ultimately inspiring. But it was like, oh my god, it was really sad. And then we cut to, because this is the big moment, we get to have her.
I really love it. Like it's so good.
So good. Beautiful lighting. Yeah, the director definitely is bringing a certain aesthetic to this one out. And look at her rich colors and her clothes, and you see the kitchen looks very, very beautiful, and you can tell that's going to be a prison. It's definitely a prison.
You're just
I do highly recommend this film, though. I mean, this is one of those films I don't normally watch, like intelligent kind of, lifestyle, like relationship falling apart kind of movie. But it was
good.
It was really good. It was. And I got really hungry after watching it. I love how they made the bread and everything. And I loved how they kept showing it over and over.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the movie Requiem for a Dream?
Oh yeah.
Remember it reminded me of The Drug, where they kept having that scene over and over, lighting the lighter, getting the heat under the spoon, shooting it up, and they kept showing that over and over and over and over. That's what they did in this movie too. They kept showing this these shots of food. And then you're like, it used to look really good, now it just looks really sad.
It's just a hodgepodge of things.
Yeah. Oh my god. So there it is. We wanted to talk about it because there's two great directors taking a shot at this film, and it's definitely worth seeing. I think I'm interested in seeing the second one, but I just know it's gonna be sad.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hard. And the Malayalam films are so great. I mean, they're just so down to earth. Like I said, it feels like a documentary. It just felt so real and honest, and yeah, it was really, really powerful stuff. So,
Is the new one the same runtime, do you think? Did it say?
I don't know.
Or I wonder if
Runtime.
it's longer. Like, please don't stretch it out. It was.
Please don't make it longer.
Please don't make it longer and more depressing.
I know. Let's take a look at some running time, shall we? That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right. So the original is an hour and 40 minutes.
Perfect. Perfect amount of time.
That was perfect. It really was.
Yep.
And the new one, I wonder if they even have it. Oh, how long is Great Indian Kitchen? They're going to trick us. Let's see, running time. 20. They're only showing me the 2021 one.
I know. I can't find.
Yeah, it's weird. Like Great Indian Kitchen. Boy, we're making my editing job so hardcore this time.
Oh my god. I know, we're the worst.
Great Indian Kitchen.
Yeah. Huh. Nope. They're just not going to tell us.
Oh, they're just not. They're just nope. I'm assuming it's going to be the same because it looks like the exact same movie.
Right?
It's going to be the same running length, maybe a little bit longer to linger over some beautiful lighting and scenarios, but it was gorgeous. And I think it's worth seeing. I think you'd probably be happy seeing either one. They look so similar to me in the trailer anyway. That's why I feel like I probably have to be a completist and watch both. But
I know.
Take your pick, you guys. You tell us if you've seen the new one. I think it might be out. If you've seen the new one, let us know. How close is it to the original? We'd like to know. And if you join our membership, you can tell us in the Slack channel personally.
Yes. That's even
Remember,
better.
you get access. You get access to Lara. And you get to put your suggestions for films. This is where we got that too. It was a suggestion from Ken. He has some great one. He picks our classy movies. So whenever we're doing really good stuff, it's usually Ken. And if it's other trashy stuff, it's probably me. And
It's us. Yeah, we're the ones picking.
randomly picking. This looks good.
Yeah.
We're learning, so we want to see it all. So that's it. We're gonna see good and bad. This is how it's gonna work. All right. That's it. That's it for me. How about you? You good?
I'm good.
We said all we can say. All right. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.